Welcome to Silicon Valley Asian Business Talk.
This is Roger Chen from University of San Francisco Center for Business Studies and Innovation, Asia Pacific. And Sunny, we are very, very pleased to have you today to talk to us. So would you please briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Professor Chen, for inviting me. My name is Sunny Bedi. I work at Snowflake. I'm the CIO and CDO at Snowflake, Chief Information Officer and Chief Data Officer. I've been with the company for 3 years. And prior to this, I worked at NVIDIA Corporation for 12 years. And I'm a proud USF alumni, both from my days as an undergrad as well as a grad school student.
Discussion topic: how IT helps companies to build digital capabilities.
What are the lessons and the challenges in this transformation or growth process to help the company? So I would imagine maybe you can help us to elaborate. What are the lessons to really develop this kind of a data-driven culture in many, many key functions or departments within the company, and work with them to create this kind of a mindset, a culture, and a practice?
Yeah, I would say that for the IT organization, especially in a high growth company like ours, if I were to go rewind back to my days 3 years ago, we were hiring hundreds and hundreds of people every month. And all the folks that were coming in had a wealth of background, knowledge, experience that they wanted to bring inside Snowflake for what their function has to go do. So if you imagine, that brings a tremendous amount of demand that has to be serviced by the IT organization in automating all the business processes that are needed, whether it's in finance, whether it's in HR, whether it's in sales and marketing, et cetera. So I think developing a very transparent culture is really important. So the IT organization has to collect all the demand, develop a roadmap with all the stakeholders, and sequence some of these things, because not everything can be done, in a month or in a quarter. And so I would say that one of the lessons learned is that, you have to develop a culture of transparency and alignment in the organization, because see, IT sits in the middle of all functions, right? Talk to everybody, we partner with everybody. If we don't have that level of transparency on what we can do and what we cannot do, and develop the alignment and we don't develop a roadmap, it basically creates a complete fracture organization, because then everybody is like kind of doing their own thing, and it drives chaos, and you start to make bad choices. So I would say that having the level of transparency is really critical. Driving the alignment is super critical for the IT organization.
That's great, actually. You had used kind of several keywords. One is a transparency, the other one's alignment. So when you say transparency, do you mean, I think probably you said already, is what you can or cannot do? That's what you mean, transparency.
And also basically be very transparent on the stuff that we are going to do. Are we hitting the dates the business is asking for? And the stuff that we're not able to do, kind of really be transparent. Oh, we missed this date, and here's the reason behind it. Obviously, we want to achieve everything on time, all the commitments that we make to everybody in the company and externally. But sometimes things go wrong, right? You can't finish certain things. So we should have the courage and conviction to explain what went wrong and learn from it, and making sure that we're more predictable as we go along.
Oh, so yeah, now I see better. So in other words, actually to basically give the various functional departments more transparency so they can react or plan or work with you accordingly. So the second keyword you mentioned is
also the capacity, right? There's also an element of capacity on how many things can we do.
Right. That is true. So can you also maybe say a little bit more about the alignment? What do you mean alignment? Who do you align with? Who do you involve in this alignment process? Things like that.
Yeah. So look, as I mentioned earlier, IT organization is not just working for one department. I really believe we're working for all departments in the company. You know, I don't really have one manager. I feel like I have the whole E-staff as my management team. And so the alignment goes along with, you know, do you have a roadmap for all the automation initiatives and all the things that, you know, different departments are trying to do? Do we have a clear understanding of that with all the stakeholders? And then really having the right level of cadence to measure and monitor, are we hitting that roadmap or not? So we take a lot of effort, we take a lot of energy in trying to develop roadmaps with, you know, all the critical stakeholders in different various functions, ensure that there's interdependencies are well understood, so that we don't have like finance going this way and sales is going this way. So, you know, we do that together, we program manage that together. And really, the roadmap is kind of like really important because it starts to kind of show the sequencing of how these things all come together.
Do you also, in this kind of a whole process, sounds like it requires a lot of coordination and also communicating and, you know, closing some kind of a misalignment? Do you involve some leadership teams, even the top senior executives, in this alignment process, or do you need to?
Yes, 100%. So, you know, we have forums in place that we, you know, get all the right level of leadership involved in developing the initiatives, prioritizing those initiatives, developing the roadmaps. And, you know, if there is conflicts or interdependencies that need like better coordination, then we obviously bring everybody together. But the company looks for the IT organization to own that roadmap, you know, and so it's not like it's all over the place. It's centralized in one team.
So in other words, you own the whole execution piece in a sense.
That's right. That's right.
That's great.
Thank you for watching.